Now, I can certainly share your point of view, and you're not the first person I've spoken to about this that has strong feelings, and I'm not suggesting for a second that they're not founded. But let me have that conversation, and let's see what they decide.
Okay, so I guess I should watch your channel for another day and see if I get real news, I guess.
Well, you can do that. I mean, and you can draw your own conclusion then, I guess. But, you know, we've got to let this, you know, process work itself out. I mean, it's not, you know, something that I'm going to dictate. You know, I think our news director heard exactly what you were complaining about and upset about, and you know, I'm not for a second suggesting it's not legitimate. But again, those are decisions that are made by another organization.
And what organization would that be?
Well, the MSNBC.
The company, okay, MSNBC.
No, we're
so you admit
with them because we carry their programming, not MSNBC's, but NBC's. But we don't make their editorial decisions for them. They make their own independent decisions.
Right, but for local TV, you make your own decisions, correct?
Well, our news director makes those decisions along with a group of individuals that are part of that editorial process.
And Patty is not that person?
She's the news director, yeah.
Okay, so when I'm calling Patty to ask her tell her what local concerns are, right?
Right.
And so she's the one that's going to decide whether it's important to the people of Colorado or not?
Well, she, along with other individuals, make those decisions.
Okay, well, this is what frightens me, Mark, is Patty, when I began my conversation with her, said to me, is Dennis Kucinich a Democratic candidate or an independent candidate? And I think the reason she didn't know is because we've had a year of coverage out of NBC of 3 candidates on the Democratic side. This Dennis Kucinich has been running for just as long as Hillary and Obama and Edwards, and she didn't even know he was a candidate. So it frightens me to think that my news is coming from a person, a decision made by a person who doesn't even know Dennis Kucinich is on the Democratic ticket. Isn't that a little frightening, Mark?
Well, I don't know what your conversation with her was.
Well, she asked, I mean, my conversation was, I told her, why isn't Dennis in the debate for the Democratic Party? And she said, I hate to ask this, but is he a Democratic candidate or is he running as an independent? And then she was offended when I informed her that he was a Democrat and that I was shocked that she didn't know. But I also understand why she didn't know, because his name never comes up on NBC.
Right.
So when I'm relying on a woman who's running my local news channel who isn't even aware of who the candidates are on the Democratic side, I'm a little frightened that I'm not ever going to see a story about why Dennis got ripped off.
The stories we do here are based on what someone thinks. It's what they know, and they find that out.
Okay, so you're saying that it's hopeful that since I just called and apparently you've received phone calls from other people just as concerned, that you might actually open the books, do the research, and give us a story.
It's possible, yes.
Okay, it's possible. Well, I'm gonna cross my fingers for you guys, because I can tell you this. I'm so ready to permanently click off the channel, and I hate to say that, but it's going to come down to I have to get my news off the internet because my local channel no longer provides me newsworthy news.
Well, you know, if you're basing that on just this, then that's your decision.
Just this. This is the next president of the United States of America.
Excuse me?
This is about the next president of the United States of America.
Right.
It's not a just this upset, okay? I've been upset for a year.
Well, you know what? I understand what your point is, and I don't know that you know, we're going to see eye to eye on every one of these points. I mean, I understand the point you're making. I understand the conversation that you had with Patty. And we'll talk about it, and if it's newsworthy, I'm sure the news director and the folks downstairs will do something with it, if they feel it's newsworthy.
Okay, Mark.
All right?
All right. I hope you guys think it's newsworthy. That's all I can say. Yeah.
All right, bye now.
What we are learning tonight is that a TV channel is going to decide for us who gets to be the president of the United States and who doesn't.
Tell me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like!